What's up, everybody? It's your boy King David, and I'm back at it with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the same thing I always do, retention journey, and a couple of other things. What I've noticed is it gets strange. Like, I talked about dreams, talked about your memory coming back, talked about the benefits of retention. You know what I mean? A lot of the superficial benefits, like hair growth and your nails grow longer and whatnot, and like all that's great, guys. But I think the biggest thing about retention is like you get to a point where you can see through things that you did before in the past, right? I think that's like the biggest and most important thing with retention, right? You're able to like pinpoint the reasons why you did certain things or why you're doing certain things. Whereas before you couldn't do that. Like you couldn't like you didn't have like the vision, right? You didn't have the vision to be able to see what's wrong with what you're doing. Like there was a little phase that I went through when my father passed, and I was buying scratcher tickets. I was buying lottery scratcher tickets, right? Um, and I bought a lot, guys, like a lot of tickets to the point where it was just like, dude, you get the idea, guys. Like a lot of tickets. Now, like tonight, I bought a couple tickets, but I realize that you have to sometimes go through the fire, guys, to realize why you did it or why you don't do it anymore. You know, I feel like even if I had like a decent amount of money and I was buying these tickets, right? Uh, like nowadays, I wouldn't buy them like how I used to buy them because you just don't have the appeal in doing it anymore because you see through like the veil. You realize like it's pretty much BS. Obviously, like there's a chance of you winning the top prize, but in reality, like you can't. Most people aren't going to win the top prize in their lifetime. They make it that reason for a reason. They make it like that for a reason. Um, it's like with retention, guys. Like you see through so much of like the BS, and I feel like that's the main reason why to do retention is to see through people's BS, see through people's like intentions. Otherwise, you're stuck. You're stuck in this like loop of life. You think you know the way, but you really don't know nothing until you like retain and you're like working with the grace of God, right? Every time I talk about retention and like I get on like a really long streak and I think about the things that happen, it's almost like the same things happen like every time you're on retention. It starts off as in like how can I explain it, guys? Like I'm trying to like think of it in the best way to explain it for you guys because every time I make these videos, it just sounds like I'm rambling, right? It just sounds like I'm just making something out my buttocks. um, Retention is something that you should do not just because of the benefits, right? It's something about it, like the attraction that you get is because you're like glowing. right? You're glowing because the Most High gives you like this inner light inside you, this like charismatic, like cool, calm demeanor that where like when you talk to people, you're not like shaky or nothing, right? You're just smooth with it. You're like literally like yourself, like to the full extent, like you're just smooth with whatever you do. Like you're not like too worried about the outcome of things. Like it's so strange, like how it's like that. And like even in the beginning days, like I've noticed, um, I've noticed when you start to like really think about going long term and retaining for a long periods of time, you start to realize you're like one of the many that do this practice. You almost get to a point where you're like unfazed by people. Like there's still going to be moments where you might feel like you might be phased a little bit, but like you're just so locked in on what you're doing that you don't really care so much about what people are thinking or are looking at you or anything like that. Like in the beginning of it, I feel like you care a little bit more. Maybe you weren't a person that cared like me. I never really cared too much, but it's like the more you lock in and the more you like retain and the more you do your thing, the more people want to be around you, man. It's so strange. And like the more people start to admire you, and you just become your best version, man. Like you become who you're supposed to be. I think that's like the hardest, or not the hardest, the coolest part about the journey is that like you have the ability to be like this like cool ass person, like really cool. And if you like, one thing I notice with retention, and the biggest thing I've noticed with it is like you're sure of yourself, right? Not in like an egotistical way. Like once you get further into the journeys, like and you've kind of bypassed all that, it's not an egotistical like, oh, I'm all this and that. You're just like you do something and you know you did it because you just know that you did it. Like you don't have to second guess nothing. Like I mean, it's like some things you might like if you don't know that you did it, you might second guess it, but you might think of something, be like, I'm not sure. But if you're retaining, man, like there is no there's no thought in it. Like you know what you're doing and you know where you're going and you know how to get there and you know what you previously did, you know who you spoke to, you even know the words that you said. It's like you know how you said it to the individual, uh and it all makes sense. I think that's like the biggest thing. It's like it all makes sense, guys. Like I try to I'm gonna be making a lot of retention videos, and the people who watch my videos, obviously not very many, but it's all right. I don't care. Uh, it just makes sense to a degree to where you're like, damn, like why haven't I been doing this for years? Why haven't I been holding my nut in for years? My seed of life. for years, it makes you just smooth, man. Smooth. To a point. Oh my God. It's so crazy. It's crazy, my friends. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy that it works the way it works, but it just works. Like, it works like really good. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm a bit tired, man. I'm back at work, so um been driving a lot. I think in my like older videos I was talking about me driving. So I drive for a job, right? And it's gonna wear me out, but I'm still gonna keep making these videos. Um I mean let's put it in a perspective. Like me, I like to ramble. You know me, I like to keep it raw and uncut. That's my favorite thing to say, right? And let's keep it completely honest. Yash, in one of his videos, he has a channel called Spiritual Resonance. He explains it very well. Like it's all part of your destiny, right? All depends on what you're supposed to be doing. When you're retaining, like it's like your destiny is like unfolding. Maybe you're not meant to retain right now. Maybe you're meant to release too. You know, maybe you're meant to be releasing with your woman, maybe, or your wife, right? Maybe you're meant to retain. Like I feel like there's phases or seasons, right, that you go through, especially in the beginning, especially if you're somebody who's new to the journey. Like you're gonna go through some like ups and downs at first, like just like with anything in life, right? Like you get a new job, you're not gonna know how to like just instantly do the job. Like even if you know a lot of the book smart, like you don't know like the on hands like part of the job, right? So same with retention is like you might retain for a certain amount of period of times and so many times and you might have failed like me. Like I failed, man, I failed so many times to a point where it's like grueling, right? It's too much. I've fallen so many times where you're like, oh man, what the heck? But that's all a part of the journey in itself too. So it's like you get to a point where you realize that you are going to retain long periods, not because you're like forcing it downward, not because you're suppressing your sexual energy. Like I feel like a lot of guys think that's what like retention is. It's just holding the spring down, is what Yash would say. It's like it's not about holding the spring down. It's like it's really about transmuting the energy and like talking about that, like circulating the energy, right? Using it to do whatever you have to do, whether it be creative, whether it be exercise, whether it be um, just putting it into outlets, right? I feel like you're an energy source, right? And you have like a plug that's coming out of you, and you can plug it into an outlet, and you're like a generator, like you're powering whatever house or source. Source is giving you the original energy, it's powering you up through your retaining, and then you're like powering whatever like source, or not source, you're powering whatever thing in the physical realm with your energy. Um, the more you retain, I mean, the longer you retain, not the more you retain, you'll notice some of these things. Like I would have never been. This the weirdest thing about retention is like I never would have been talking about none of this like pre-COVID, right? I wouldn't be talking about this. I'll be telling you about like some bong that I smoking from, or a video game or something, right? I wouldn't be talking about retention or conserving your life force energy. I wouldn't be talking about this. So that's how you know it's by the grace of God that He allows you to, find your way on this path, and it's beautiful, man. Like I've always said, it's a beautiful journey. It's tough, but it's beautiful because the more you, uh, embrace it, if it's your time to embrace it. A lot of creators, I feel like they don't know that it's all God's planning. It's all what He wants to do with you. Like if He wants you to retain for years, like that's what you're gonna do. So it's if He doesn't like, but He's gonna want you to do that. Like even if you think you don't like want to do that, like He's gonna want you to retain. So if you're retaining, He knows that you're doing it mostly for Him. I mean, like there's no other way to get around that. And I feel like the most important things to me on the journey too, like I've talked about it before in the past, is like you're more stable. Like your emotions are more stable. Like you're not thinking about just random stuff just all the time. Like you're not thinking about like, why didn't this girl text me, or why didn't I get with this girl, or why this or why that. It's like I normally don't think like that, but like if you're relapsing a lot, uh it's easy to get into that mind state of like, am I good enough or something? There's probably some guys out there who think that, or oh, if I relapse, it's like she's not gonna like me. It's like, of course she's not gonna like you. You relapse a lot, One relapse ain't gonna do much, but you're busting left and right, guys. Like, you gotta realize, girls is not into a gooner. You're a gooner, like I said, a gooner. that's my word, guys. Look, I think I think the direction that you want to be going in is the direction of protection from the Most High, and the way to get that protection is by affirmations and by retention. I feel like uh, you just move different, guys. Like I can't explain it. Like you move different. You move different. You're like, you think about what you're doing when you're doing it. You're conscious of what you're doing. You're like purified, so you're not just gonna do anything. You have more control over what you do and say, and you also don't have your emotions in your mind like wandering off to like random ass places when you're on retention. You're not like thinking about some girl or thinking about some video or thinking about whatever. You're, a beer or something. Like you might occasionally after work or something, but you're not thinking about a lot of this stuff, right? Like your mind is more like just focused, like locked in, like I said before. So I don't want to I don't want to make the video too long, guys. And there's like a giant plane. There's always a plane at the end of my videos or in the beginning of my videos. So peace out. Have a blessed day, and stay focused, guys.